friends and welcome. This is Himanshu from Astro Himanshu, and in this video we will cover the transit of Rahu in the year 2017. This transit will be from 17th August 2017 till next 1.5 years. So Rahu will be moving to Cancer from the sign of Leo. So we will divide this video in two parts. In first part we will see in general the effect of Rahu transit from Leo to Cancer, and in second part we will see the effect of this transit on individual each moon sign from Aries to Pisces. So in the first part we will cover the general effect of this Rahu transit for individual and at world level. So let's start. We can see here that Rahu is favorably in the moon sign, in the sign of moon, that is Cancer. It brings light in the darkness which may surround the person, helps him to see clearly into his affair and to act judicially without hesitating. So this is a good transit, favorable transit, because it brings light in the darkness and makes person to easily watch out the challenges or situation that he has. So this is a good transit. In other point we can see, if inimical people or events encompass him, he will soon discover their weak point and thus conquer them. So if there is any challenges or any enmity, then the person will be able to easily find out the weak point of that challenge and able to win that situation or victory, get the victory, required victory. So this is very good for those having good transit of Rahu or having good Rahu in their birth chart. Now next, the last one we can see, this position is a lucky one. It gives the opportunity of extracting oneself from trouble and of overcoming the difficulties through one's own good management. This is a sure protection and a promise of progress without strife or violence. So there is no place for violence. In addition, this is a lucky transit, so that makes a person able to win with his good personal management and other qualities. So in general we can see at world level or in individual level there is less chances of violence or strifes, and there are good possibilities of finding solutions of long-term problems. So in general we have found that this is one of a good transit that is starting from mid-August 2017 and will continue for the next 1.5 years. In the second part, as we promised, that we will see the moon sign result, the effect on each Rasi or each moon sign. So let's start with Aries. So we can see here we have a chart that is Rahu Ketu transit 2017, effect on all 12 moon sign. So we can see for Aries, this is in the 4th house. Rahu is in their 4th house. That shows there will be an increase in landed property and vehicles. 4th house is the house of property and vehicle. In addition, we have already discussed that this is a favorable transit as Rahu brings light in the darkness. So there are chances for Aries to get an increase in their landed property or vehicles. So after this, let's move to our next moon sign. So our next moon sign is Taurus. So we can see for Taurus, this is in the 3rd house, and as we know that transit of Rahu in 3rd, 6th, 10th and 11th is very good. So that shows that for Taurus there will be success. There is assured success in the matters they are having, and in addition the 3rd house is also for short travel. So this is also a plus. So they have good travel and success all around. Next is the sign Gemini. So Gemini have this transit in their 2nd house, and 2nd house is the house of family and responsibilities. So that shows there will be some increase in responsibilities for Gemini people. However, as we have already discussed, that this transit of Rahu in the sign of moon, that is Cancer, is something like giving some light in the darkness. So if there are responsibility related challenges, so they will be able to able to win or satisfactory or successfully able to handle those challenges by this transit. Next is the moon sign that we have is Cancer. So in Cancer we can say that this transit of Rahu is in the first house. So the first house is the house of self, and this shows that Cancer people need to increase their self-confidence to deal with challenges and challenging situations. And and as we already know that Rahu in the Cancer is favorable, so if they able to increase their self-confidence, then they will able to get good results. Next we can see is the sign of Leo. So Leo, we can see this is in their 12th house. 12th is the house for expenses. However, there is no effect on the second house of this. This is exactly in the 12th house, so there are chances of domestic happiness. So there will be domestic happiness for Leo people. In addition, some expense related issues might be there, but they will able to overcome after some time. Next we can see is the sign of Virgo, and Virgo have this transit in their 11th house. 11th house is the house of maximum gains, as second house is the house of gains, 11th is the higher gains. So that shows that Virgo people will have an increase in their income. 11th house also is the income house and gains house. Next we can move and see our next sign, that is Libra. So in the case of Libra, this transit is in the 10th house. 10th house transit of Rahu is good, and we know that it is a Upchaya house, so that shows new avenues for investment. 10th house is the house of work, house of karma, house of career, house of job. So there are chances of new avenues, new evocation, new startup, new projects, and there will be good investment from good investment opportunities in those projects that give them good result. So we are in the middle. We have covered from Aries to Libra. We left with Scorpio, Sagittarius, and Capricorn, and Aquarius and Pisces. We will just soon will start those. Let me tell one important point here, that the transit of Rahu will affect most to those people who have currently running Rahu Antardasa or Rahu Mahadasa. In addition, people having a strong Rahu or Yoga Karaka Rahu in their birth chart will also be able to get good result, because a Rahu becomes Yoga Karaka if he joins a Kendra Lord in Trikona or Trikona Lord in Kendra. Then Rahu becomes a Yoga Karaka. Also exalted Rahu, Rahu in Gemini or Rahu in Taurus or Rahu in some good places in 11, so they will get good result. So let's start, let's continue, and we have the next as the Scorpio. So Scorpio have this transit in their 9th house. 9th house is the house of travel and fortune, so there are chances of good travel and fortune for Scorpio people. However, there can be initial delays, because Rahu transit in the first, in the 3rd, 6th, 10th and 11th are best, and 9th house transit of Rahu is something that is not as good, like 3rd, 6th, 10th and 11th. 9th transit of Jupiter, benefic planet in 9th house are good. However, if you have good Rahu in your chart, then there are chances of travel and fortune. In addition, travel to west side, because Rahu represents west. So this is the case with Scorpio. Next we can see we have Sagittarius. So Sagittarius have this transit in their 8th house. 8th house is the house of inheritance, so there is a chance of unexpected inheritance and sudden gains, because 8th house is the house of sudden gains and inheritance. So this is for Sagittarius. Next moon sign we have Capricorn. They have this in the 7th house. 7th house is the house of relationship, so there are chances to get gains from relationships. So if you have good relations, so you will be able to get good gains. Next we can see is the sign of Aquarius. So Aquarius people have this transit in their 6th house. So we already said that the 3rd, 6th and 10th and 11th transit of Rahu are most favorable. So that shows that the sixth transit for Aquarius is victory over enemies. So they will be able to get rid of their sixth house, is the house of competitors, enemies, and other issues like health. So Rahu in the sixth house is able to get rid of those problems. So good for Aquarius. Now we have the last one, and that is the Pisces. So Pisces people have this transit in their fifth house. Fifth house is the house of fun, creativity. So there will be chances of excel in their creativity, increase in creativity. They will be able to show out their creativity to others and get good results and have fun. So that is the result of the transit of Rahu for all 12 signs, and we can summarize here what we have done. Said in the first part that Rahu is favorable in the moon sign, that is Cancer. It brings light in the darkness which may surround the person. This will help him to see clearly into his affairs and to act judiciously without hesitating. If inimical people are even encompasses him, he will soon discover their weak point and thus conquer them. The position is a lucky one. It gives opportunity of extracting oneself from trouble and overcoming difficulties through one's own good management. It's a sure protection and a promise of progress without strife or violence. So in general, we can see there is a light in the darkness. Whoever have, there are some light will be there, and this transit of Rahu will be able to throw light and be able to get good result. This is a lucky transit and able to get success with the light, their personal management, and of course with the without violence or strife. So this was the analysis for transit of Rahu in Cancer starting mid-August 2017. I hope you enjoyed the video. You can like the video, you can subscribe the channel. In addition, the information on the screen, showing on the bottom of the screen, you can contact, you can order your personal reading, or you can have questions via phone or Skype. All the details of bank and PayPal and phone are already flashing on the screen. So thank you. I hope we'll meet soon, and thanks for watching. Bye.